to disagree. Okay, that's recording, just so I know. No, you seem better.
Oh, thanks.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. You got this weird attitude today. It's not a bad attitude. It's just a surprisingly good attitude, and I don't know if I like it.
All right, I'm just feeling all right. Woke up good.
Coming in here early today, asking me how I'm doing. But you know what? By the way, today when you asked me how's it going, how am I doing, you meant it.
Yeah, I wanted to know.
And it sounds different today than when you normally say it. So now I'm thinking you've never given a shit until today. Now I'm thinking you don't ever give a fuck about how I'm doing.
I always care.
It just sounds like you cared today. I thought that it sounded like you cared before until I heard the real shit, the real deal.
The real deal.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, we're recording.
Yeah, this is no talent required.
Hey.
5 years of this shit, you still can't get on board with...
Well, you always do a little setup, like you're getting ready.
I got ready.
You do like a ceremonial, like, look at me, and you're like, look, I'm hitting the button, because sometimes we don't record.
Okay, I was confident that I hit the button.
All right.
And now because of you, I have to check it again.
You're checking.
I'm checking it again. We got 12. 5. There we go. Okay. That's not how you count, but you get it.
We got 12 and then a 5.
I looked. Listen.
Random.
Was I or was I not unconscious when you pulled up today?
You were looking adorably cute in your little nappy pose.
Nappy pose.
You were like...
I had to rest my head on something.
Yeah.
On something real.
I was trying to get a picture, but you woke up before I can get a picture.
Well, you came in like a hurricane over there. No consideration for people that might be sleeping.
I was in my car. I didn't even get out yet.
No consideration for. I can assume. Here's what my guess is.
Go for it.
Now we've never lived together, correct?
This is correct. I like how you're double checking.
Well,
I've had some roommates that I don't know really.
I've done a lot of couch time in my days. I don't know. You seem like I wouldn't like living with you.
Okay, why is this?
You seem like you're a considerate person. But it seems like you might be loud without knowing that you're loud. Like
people do complain in the morning, like, because when I'm getting ready, radio's on.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Can't do it. I mean, I know I don't sleep ever unless apparently it's in a parking lot. But so I mean, you
I was like, look at my little insomniac. He went nighty nights.
I went morning, and I
don't think so. I think because I like my alone time too. So like,
wait a minute. You just said you start your day with the goddamn radio on,
yeah.
And now you're saying you don't think you're loud? That's loud.
No, I didn't say I didn't think I was loud. I think I'm a good roommate. Like, deal with the loudness, but then there's other benefits to it.
Yeah, I didn't call you a poor roommate.
Okay.
I called you a loud person, probably.
Yeah, I'd be loud in the morning. I'm loud in the mornings. And usually I work at 6, so I'm up early.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you sleep, can you sleep through a lot?
Yes.
I think that's why, people who, like, can sleep are like, just, what do you call them? Sleepers? like people who can sleep.
Who are like heavy sleepers?
Yeah, people who are heavy sleepers.
Don't bring my weight into this, Gary.
I'm not talking about your bed.
All right.
I'm just saying.
No.
I think people who are heavy sleepers, I think they tend to be a little louder in the mornings not because they're inconsiderate, because they just assume, well, this is normal. Normally, I can do these dishes right now at 6 o'clock in the morning, and this is not going to wake up because when this person did the dishes at 6 o'clock in the morning, it didn't wake my ass up.
Dishes. I put the dishes in the dishwasher.
I
Who does regular?
I no longer have a dishwasher.
What happened to your dishwasher?
I didn't tell you about this. All of my.
What?
All of my appliances decided to break. So my microwave, it works, and
you have to hold it down or something.
No,
right?
the problem is it won't stop working. To get it to stop working, I have to unplug it. If you plug it in, it's just on. And that can't be healthy, right? It can't be healthy having microwaves just in the house at all times. So I connected it to this thing, so where now I have to hit a switch. I have to put the food in, close the door, hit a switch, turn the microwave on, then it works fine. Then to turn it off, I have to turn the microwave off, hit the switch, and then take the food out. Because if you open the door, it continues to go.
Yeah, that can't be healthy. That can't
be.
Yeah.
No. And like the first time I noticed this, I didn't notice it right away, and I'm just. It's one of those things where something happens.
You're like, all of a sudden, I've got these spots. Like, something's happening. I feel bad.
Okay,
You got radiation poisoning and you're starting to get the symptoms?
You know how something happens? Maybe that's why I fell asleep in a parking lot today. Something happens a certain way for years, and you know that's how it happens. And then when something goes awry, you're not really sure what is the problem here. So I open the microwave and it's still going, and my face is right in front of this open microwave, and I'm like, wait, what is the? Oh, it's still going. Ah! And I closed the thing real quick because I was afraid I was going to get a horn or something.
Did you? And you haven't gotten rid of this microwave yet?
No, it was in the house when I moved in, so I sent the landlord a text message. He did not get back to the text message. That was like 4 months ago. I'm hoping
take the microwave out, even if you're not replacing it. Take it out so you're not using it.
Then I have a big hole in the.
Then get another microwave.
It's not my dime. I didn't.
When did you? Does your landlord have an office?
Yeah.
Swing by that office.
It's in Fresno. I gotta go. I gotta go an hour away.
Did you give him a call?
I sent him a text.
Do a call. He's the older landlord. Older dude?
No, he's probably, I would say roughly my age, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit.
What the fuck is he not answering a text for?
I don't ever see him.
Give him a call. You gotta shoot that call. It's a tough call.
My landlord is a good guy. He takes care of shit, but he needs to make sure it's a 100%. I need to take care of this. So
microwave going off while door open.
But again,
seems like a need.
It's a microwave that was with the house, but it's not technically the house, so maybe that's on me. I don't know.
Well, get a goddamn new microwave.
Did I tell you about the horrible smell?
Kmart was going out of business. You can get one for like $30.
I should have gotten.
God damn it!
Did I tell you about the horrible smell that took way longer than it needed to get fixed?
No.
Okay, so you don't know your smell. You have a smell.
Everybody's got a smell, yeah.
You have a smell, and you notice, like right now, I smell Jenks in my car, and when Jenks leaves, I will continue to smell Jenks in my car for a little while. People, when you go to people's homes,
and you're welcome.
Hey, it's always and that coffee is always. Whenever you get out of this car, my car smells like coffee for like a couple hours, and it's very nice. But you go to other people's homes and you just smell them.
Yeah.
You smell their house or whatever. So you don't necessarily smell it yourself. You don't know what Jenks smells like.
Exactly.
You have an idea of what you want Jenks to smell like, but you don't truly know. So there was this smell in my house, and I was not necessarily aware of it.
Okay.
Right off the bat. So I went outside, and this was in the summertime, by the way. So if something smells bad, that's gonna up the smell. That's gonna up the smell bad in this horrible heat, this 61-degree horrible heat. So I go outside and I smell something that's just fucking horrific. Not quite a dead body, but something's not right. But I have so many cats in my backyard that just come. The neighborhood cats. Some of them have collars. Some of them look fucked up. Some of them look healthy. They all come to my yard to just fill it with their shit. So I'm thinking, this smells like sun-baked cat shit that is just all over my backyard. And I only smelled it in my backyard. So I'm like, well, I'm not going out here anymore. I'll come back out here in January. I'm not going to deal with it. So I go back in, and a couple weeks goes by, and now I smell it in the house. I'm like, there's no animal here. Where is this smell coming from? So I go outside, and it's way worse than it was.
All right.
And then only in certain areas of my house do I smell it. So I smell it in my bathroom. So I'm like, well, this is where bad smells happen.
Yeah.
Could this be coming from me or my daughter anywhere? But then I also smell it in my pantry.
All right.
I'm like, what?
Is something in the wall, you think? Or
Well, I was thinking, I was like, maybe something went bad. So I take everything out of the pantry, check dates and labels on cans and all this stuff.
I threw away some bread this morning. The entire loaf, green.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck it stayed in the house that long. I'm
Eat
like, what
more
in the hell?
sandwiches, I say.
What in the hell?
I
eat less bread.
I have an entire bag of potatoes that look like they're not potatoes anymore. They just have
Stuff
shit
starts growing out of it.
Yeah, I'm like, they look fine aside from that. I'm like, I really want to use these potatoes.
Don't do it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm not going to use them either. Okay, so anyway,
all right.
so
does it smell the potatoes?
No. So I clean everything out of the pantry. It still reeks. The bathroom is spotless and clean. It still smells. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's just a pipe issue. I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it some time. But I gave it too much time, and then I got used to the smell. Right.
All right.
So now one day I find myself, and I'm like driving in this car, and I smell it. And I'm like,
wow!
I'm
I
like,
followed you.
I'm like, how is it smelling in this
some
car?
sort of spirit.
It's my clothes.
Okay.
It's all over my clothes. My bedroom smells like this shit. My clothes smell like this shit. My kitchen, the bathroom, my entire house reeks like badly. But it got worse and worse over time that I didn't really notice how bad it was. I only knew
what dead animal did you find?
I only knew it smelled in my backyard and it smelled in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Like right around the sink area, and it smelled in my pantry, and that's what confused me because there ain't no sink in my pantry. So I'm like, what the fuck? But I didn't know it was that bad until somebody came into my home, and my brother's like, what is that? As soon as he walks through, he's like, what is that? I was like, what? He's like, that awful smell. What is that? And I'm like, you smell it too? He's like, yeah, it's everywhere. So then I realized that the smell...
I like how you're surprised, like, wait, this isn't me.
Well, because he hadn't gone to the bathroom.
All right.
So I'm like, how did you smell that? You're a long way from the... So I'm like, is it really that bad? He's like, it's bad. Something has happened in your house.
I like when he leaves your house, he is complaining to everybody like something's up with Gary. He can't smell this terrible thing.
The only time I got
living in squalor.
The only time I noticed it was when I smelled it when I was miles away from my home. It was on my car, like it was on my clothes and on my jacket and stuff. So I'm like, that has to be. This is a problem. So I go outside, and there's like this little area where you remove, it's not a cellar, but like you remove this board and you go underneath the house for like space? For like, you know, if you got the cable guy gets under there sometimes or whatever. So I'm like, I wonder if something dead.
Definitely.
I wonder if something died in there.
Months into your investigation.
Well, it was not something dead. Okay. It was something so worse than that. Okay. So I called the landlord and I was like, hey, can you come to the house and smell it, because it smells real bad, and I don't know what it is. It's clean around here. I don't know what it is. So the landlord comes over and he's like, "Oh yeah, this doesn't smell good." I was like, "Yeah, so what are we gonna do about it?" He's like, "Well, what's it coming from?" I don't know. I've checked. There's nothing dead. There's a spot underneath the house that I'm not going to go into because there's bugs and darkness and there's black
This is
widows.
why I'm not a homeowner.
So he's like, okay, I'll send somebody.
Send the maintenance guy.
So he sent somebody who went underneath the house, and apparently a pipe had broken underneath my home, but it wasn't like a burst pipe. It was just a slow leak. Just bloop, bloop. But over 2 years, it just giant puddle
of poop
all over the house.
Oh wow!
No, just regular water, but regular water that has just
been sitting there
in the sun forever, and it just. So I was like, so are we gonna?
We vacuum this up?
Are we gonna do something about this smell? Because I can't. I mean, I don't want to live here anymore. So he got some. He called some plumbers, I guess. First of all, a shout out to the worst plumbers in the world. It's a company here called Plum Loco. Hey, don't call your company Plum Loco, but they did give me a free hat that did not fit my head.
What are you talking about? They're number one and the number two business.
I was going to give you the hat because they gave me, when they came by to fix everything up, they gave me this really stupid looking hat, and it had a picture of like a plum on it, and it said Plum Loco Plumbing. I was like, this is a Jenks hat, and then I put it on. I was like, skin tight. This is not gonna fit my fucking head. I think Jenks has a bigger head. Can't do it.
Do you know your size on?
I'm 7 1/4.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little bigger. I'm 7 5/8.
Yeah. That's almost as big as you could get without special ordering something. You got
7 5/8,
7 5/8, and then you got an 8, and that's about it. You can't find anything bigger than an 8 after that.
Yeah, but there's 7 5/8, and then there's like 3 more sizes after that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't like just go to the store. You got to order something bigger than an 8.
Oh, then an 8, yeah. 8's
okay, so the guys come in, they take the pipe out, and the first thing they do is they leave their fucking mess. I still have the broken pipe in my driveway on the corner where like my trees are. It's a fucking broken pipe with a big ass hole in it. They didn't even take it, so like, okay, fine. But in the process, they also broke another pipe in my actual kitchen. So they leave, And like a day later, like, what is that sound? And I just keep hearing this, bloop, bloop, bloop. And I look underneath the cabinet, and they just fucking broke a pipe. I'm like, you had to. I didn't do this. There's nothing. I don't keep anything under there except for like trash bags.
All right.
I think I would have noticed breaking a pipe. So I had to call the landlord back. I was like, hey, they fucked this up now. So he had to call another plumbing company to fix that. And then 2 weeks later, they redid the roof, which was the worst fucking 5 days of my goddamn life. They're hard workers, those guys. And they worked well into the night.
Oh.
And they wouldn't stop working well into the night until they were done. And that hurts. Anyway, I went on a mission recently, Jenks.
Okay.
Did you know they brought back New Coke? Did you know this?
No.
Have you ever had New Coke?
No.
Now, you're even younger
I
than
stopped
me.
drinking soda.
You're even younger than me.
Uh-huh.
But in 1985...
Way younger than you.
You're a little bit younger than me. In 1985, they got rid of Coke because Pepsi was kicking Coca-Cola's ass.
Yeah.
Big time. I don't know why, because Pepsi is basically sewage water. It's basically
Coke
the stuff...
is much better.
It's Pepsi is the stuff that was under my house. It's terrible.
Did you bottle it?
I should have. But they were getting their asses kicked by Pepsi. So they decided that if you can't beat them, we're going to join them. We're just going to make our shit taste like their shit. I don't know why you would do this, but they came out with New Coke, and they got rid of the regular Coke formula. They even had commercials of saying like, hey, they even said, if you can't beat them, join them. Our shit tastes like their shit now. Come drink Coke. I don't understand the business. I don't understand the idea here. Like, what? What? So anyway, there's New Coke. And turns out, the people that drank Coke,
like Coke.
they drank Coke because they didn't care for Pepsi. So what happened was, they didn't get Pepsi people. They lost all their Coke people. And their sales, they almost went out of fucking business. The first time since the 1800s, that company almost went out of business.
First time since they stopped putting cocaine in their actual
Right.
Coke.
Oh, that sales with... I drink Pepsi if you put some Coke in there. So then they came out with... so they called that New Coke.
And then Coca-Cola Classic.
Coca-Cola Classic, that's why it's called Classic, because they have that. Anyway, I guess Stranger Things, which is coming out next month or this month or something?
July 4th, I think.
Okay. I guess New Coke is a big... Because it takes place in 1985, so New Coke plays a big part in it, I guess.
Yeah.
I get product fucking placement, big time. Anyway, I never got New Coke, because New Coke was only on the shelf for like 2
I've never
years.
tried it. Yeah. They brought it back.
They brought it back for Stranger Things. So I'm like, I've never had it. All I know about it is it tastes like that fucking sewage water Pepsi. But I want to get the New Coke. So they had a thing where it's like at 2 p.m. today, not today, but whenever day it was, last week sometime, I think it was like Tuesday.
Okay.
Go to our website, get yourself a case of New Coke. This is all we have. We're selling it all right now.
Really sold out by the time you got there?
This is all we have. Whoever gets it, gets it. It's not in stores. We're not going to make any more. This is it. So every person who watched Stranger Things and followed Stranger Things on like social media, everyone who knew about the Coke no commercials. They just like
this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Just their social media stuff, So you got people. You got Coke people new. You got Stranger Things people new. You got just random people who found out about it new.
You're the random person?
Yeah. All at the exact same time at 2 p.m. on that day. Everyone at the exact same time went to the website, fucking crashed it all. Nobody got us. They didn't sell a single one. Nobody got anything. It was down for 24 hours. And then Coke, they kind of retracted all of their tweets and stuff about it. They were like, "Oopsie, we fucked up." So there was no way for me to get. Now, even though I know I'm not gonna like it, it was a mission for me to get it. So I kept refreshing.
Yeah.
And what would happen is you would get all the way to the checkout. So you can select everything. You get to the checkout, and then when you finally hit submit, it just freezes. It never comes back. So I'm like, fuck. So I did some more research. There's pop-up stands in different places, Chicago, Los Angeles, and I'm like, and not only do you get...
We're going to be in LA next week.
Well, that's gone. I mean, that's totally gone. There's only like a 2-day thing. But not only do you get the new Coke, but it's free new Coke. You don't have to fucking pay for it. You just go there.
And they hand it to you?
There's like they make like a fake the underground from Stranger Things, and you walk in and there's a guy in a hazmat suit and an old school 1980s Coke machine with those big ass buttons. Remember the fucking rectangle? Yeah. And you just walk up and you just hit the button and you get one or two or three or four, whatever you want, and you leave. We're 3 hours away from this pop-up stand. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I don't ask for favors much, Brett. Mr. I live in L.A.
Oh, he's not in town.
Mr. I brag about how much better L.A. is. Now it's time, buddy. So I call my good friend Brett, who's in another country right now.
You knew he was out of town.
But I was so excited about...
You knew he was out of town.
I was so excited.
He's posting... Him and his wife are posting on social media.
I stopped following his wife on social media, and he doesn't have any sort of account that I know of. That I haven't... I think I blocked him from a couple of things. Anyway... Mm-hmm. Now you can get new Coke. And I've ordered a case of new Coke, or at least I think it's like a 6-pack or something.
Okay.
Me and you are going to try some new Coke.
You got a case.
Yeah, they
all right.
Yeah. Well, that's not a case.
You got through.
I got through. It's only like $14.
That's a lot for a 6-pack of soda.
Yeah, but it's like a collector's thing. So I got the one can. Mm-hmm. I got the bottle. I'll save that, and then me and you are going to crack open a nice cold new Coke to see how, and I'm going to bring a Pepsi in so we can taste test to see how closely they copied the Pepsi formula.
Got it.
You
heard about the story about one time somebody stole the classic Coke formula?
Oh no!
They stole it, and
that's a caper I would go on.
They tried selling it to Pepsi, and Pepsi just called Coke and was like, "Hey man, this guy's got your formula."
I like that.
Didn't even look at it. Didn't even want it. Like, cause one thing Pepsi's like, that's the one thing they got going for them. Is like, no, we make our own stuff. Like we have a pretty successful business over here.
We are number 1A over here. You know what? Why does Pepsi and Coke and really any company like at that level? Why do they still spend money on advertising? I
just think it's social relevance at this point.
I guess, but
they just want to be part of the.
Some people call all soft drinks Coke, no matter what it is. That's just get me a Coke. What kind would you like? 7-Up. That's kind of what they.
What's the funny Pepsi slogan? Oh, is Pepsi okay?
And by the way,
it is no not. Dr. Pepper. Then
that's why Dr. Pepper slides in there. That's why it's its own thing. It's like
it can go on both.
They're in between the soft drink war, the cola war.
The guy who was like, he was running the Dr. Pepper company for a long time. He said 8 Dr. Peppers a day, including he was really trying to push a warm Dr. Pepper as a Christmas, like in a mug as a Christmas thing, and it's not bad.
I was just about to say.
It's not bad.
I was just about to say, when I have a sore throat, I microwave some Dr. Pepper.
I put a lemon in there. It's a solid drink.
It's like a molasses kind of. It's good. Mm-hmm. There's no question Dr. Pepper is the best soft drink. There's no question about that. The Diet Dr. Pepper? Mm-hmm. Fuck you, all other diet drinks. Diet Dr. Pepper, there's no difference in the taste between them.
The only other one that I think is close to where like there's no real difference is a Diet Root Beer.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, Diet Root Beer is pretty consistent, but like root beer's not as good as Dr. Pepper.
True.
It's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, its consistency as a diet drink, root beer is there.
And by the way, who chooses Pepsi? I mean, it's way too sweet. It's not good. I'll make an exception for Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Yeah, I'll go with Diet Wild Cherry. That's a good one too.
But you gotta add more shit to take away from the Pepsi flavor. Mm-hmm. That's why you like it. Not happy with this new Coke's bullshit with the black. Get yourself a blackberry vanilla Coke. You know what? Just give me Coke.
Also, the cherry Dr. Pepper is actually not bad either.
Cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper's not bad. Yeah. They can do no wrong. The Dr.
Vanilla
Pepper.
Coke was good too. I don't see that too often anymore.
Well, yeah, you can get that. You can get that
I see it sometimes.
Fast food places have
the vanilla. I tried it, because I stopped drinking soda about 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Just trying to cut back.
Right.
Orange vanilla Coke was quite good.
I've heard it. Does it taste like a creamsicle?
Good. Yeah.
Does it taste like you're drinking a 1975 Buccaneers jersey?
It tastes like you put a creamsicle and you just let it melt in the Coke. You just put it in a Coke, let it melt.
You just gave me an idea. Good. Somebody needs to make a beverage that tastes like the banana chocolate rocket pop things. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I've never had one of those. I've seen them. Never had one.
Oh, they're good, Jenks.
Okay.
Not enough banana, though.
I wish they would go... banana egg roll this past week. Yeah, it's like they put like half a banana and they rolled it in an egg roll. It was quite good.
Oh, cool. I would rather have Pepsi than
It
what
was
you just
quite good.
Banana egg roll?
It was banana in an egg roll, yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, you like, 'cause I didn't know it was banana in an egg roll. I thought they were regular egg rolls when I had one.
That would be worse.
I was like, what is this? And so I'll give you the first one, quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I tried eating a second one, too much. One is fine.
I'm allergic to the banana.
You're allergic to bananas?
Yeah. No one believes me
Why
when I say it.
are you wanting a Rocket Pop then?
Because it's fake banana. I like the taste of a banana. I just can't have it. It makes my throat close up. It sucks. But a fake banana, first of all, fake banana tastes nothing like real banana.
It's just like every apple flavor. Nothing tastes like an apple.
And grape.
Tastes like green something. Grape too. Yeah, nothing tastes like
grape, banana, and apple must be the three hardest flavors to replicate because none of those candies or drinks ever taste like that shit.
Yeah.
But I do like the taste of an actual banana. And then sometimes I have to make the choice, Jenks. Like if I see like there's a like I like going to what's the place down at Three Rivers? What's it called? Reimers, the ice cream place. They have a banana bread ice cream. And I go up there, and even though I know the answer, every time I'm there, I say, "Is there a real banana in this?" And they always say, "Why, yes, there is." I will take 2 scoops, please. And I can, as soon as I start eating it, I can feel my throat get real scratchy. Like, it's not enough to kill me. It's just enough to make every time I swallow or try to eat anything for the next 12 hours really uncomfortable and shitty. But I love that banana nut.
What happens if you just taste it and spit it out?
I mean, I don't know. I've never tried to just taste a banana and spit it out, but probably something would happen, right?
Maybe not.
Something gets mixed with the saliva, I'm guessing.
Maybe not as bad. Why
Okay.
2 scoops? Why don't you just do the 1 scoop if it's going to kill you?
If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all in.
All right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Understand that.
All right, we got a show.
Do we?
Yeah, we've got a tournament.
Do we?
We've got a very fun tournament. I've actually met one of the participants, one of the entrants in today's tournament. I'll let you guess. Think
Jared
about
Fogle.
it. No. No. Just think about it. When we get to the tournament, I'll tell you which one it is. But you guess. But first we have some emails. We got some emails.
Let's do the emails.
Yeah, we got some emails from some people. No, that's a list of something. Where's my emails here? All right, here we go. I got 4 emails, Jenks.
Okay.
And some of these are the best collection of emails we've ever received, simply because none of them are insulting to me. Not a single one of these emails call me short, fat, stupid, angry, ugly, mean. None of that stuff.
They're missing out.
I mean, no, we got those. I'm just not reading them today. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Dear NTR, I love the smell of gasoline, and my friends think I'm weird. What weird smells do you like? Well, I love the smell of my house when a fucking pipe cracks. That was great.
Gasoline's not bad.
I like the smell of gasoline, too. Do you have any weird smells?
Smell that I like? I don't know. Weird smells?
Yeah, like a weird smell that most people would say is not good.
I don't like that smell.
Like a little bit of... I kind of like the smell of fresh tar.
I don't. No, I hate that. Can't stand that smell.
No weird smells for you?
Not really, man.
What are some of your favorite smells? And I'll determine if they're weird or not.
What are some of my favorite smells? Do I have a favorite smell?
You have to. You ever walk by a bakery and just go, "Oh my God, fresh buns"?
It's fine.
You don't. Fresh buns don't get you there.
I was walking outside, like I went to Howie and Sons yesterday, which is a pizza place here.
I know.
Oh, it smelled great outside. It smelled so great. It's pizza.
Pizza is a good one. So no weird smells.
Not that I can think of. Maybe I just don't think they're weird. I guess.
Well, I get it's.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
What kind of smell do I have? Because whenever I see you, there's no cologne involved.
No.
There's usually a shower.
Thank you.
And there's usually some deodorant, but I'd like to think I try my best to go neutral on the smells, because even a good smell, like some of the worst smells ever is just a perfume that you don't like.
What's the perfume I do like? It's like the hippie perfume they call it.
Patchouli?
Patchouli. I like that smell.
Oh, you're just the worst person in the world.
I like that smell a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Whenever I smell it, I'm like, oh.
There are people listening that got offended by my reaction to that, but you stink.
I like that
just
smell.
I
like that smell.
You can hang out with Jenks and other crazy people like him, but I think you stink.
I like that smell a lot.
There's a smell that my first grade teacher, she had a perfume, and it was the worst. I couldn't stand it. And now every time I'm gonna say it's a perfume that probably, entices the women of a certain age. It's an older lady perfume, but whenever I smell it, it's kind of like it's like hypersensitive. Like I hate it so much that if I get a whiff of it, it's like all I could smell, even if it's not that strong. Like if some lady walks by me at the mall, the entire mall now smells like Mrs. Harms from first grade. Which, you know what? Shout out to Mrs. Harms. I did the math. Can't assume she's still alive, but if she is, I hope you listen. She's long dead. I mean, she was 75 when she was a teacher back then. All right, next email. Dear No Talent Required, what is a good way to quit your job? I've been working at this job for 6 years, and I absolutely hate it. I recently got a new job, and I want to quit in the most epic way possible. Any suggestions? Kim, I like Kim's style, because Kim wants to go out with a bang. But here's the thing. These kids these days, Jenks, they misuse the word epic. They don't know what epic means. If she quit her job in a truly epic way, she has to bring a gun to work. She's on the news.
No.
Epic? What? No. You have to burn the place down. Epic.
You want to be remembered. Epic, all it means is you want to be remembered. People remember.
Epic
and
gets you on
honestly,
the news.
Don't quit.
What?
Get fired.
Oh, okay. I'm on board with you now.
Get fired. Just, like, I don't know what her job is.
Yeah, she didn't specify.
I'm hoping it's with the public. Just say what you want.
Oh,
you got no rules now. Go fuck them. Like, it's great. Great. Take long-ass breaks. Just do what you want to do. Like, nothing illegal. Don't steal. Learn from that.
You know what?
I mean, if you can, a little thing.
I'm gonna say, don't steal, because that gets you in trouble. Unless you blatantly, in the open, in front of your boss, just steal something. That would be kind of fun.
Start eating some pork rinds.
I mean, the best way to quit your job is to just let them know, or to get fired. I mean, either way, is just let them know that you honestly don't care if this job succeeds or fails. You honestly don't care if you ever see them again, and you honestly don't care if anyone involved with this job lives or dies. I don't think about you in any way. I don't care enough about you to hate you even.
Just own up to, like, if they're, like, in a meeting, just be honest. Like, if they're, do you have any suggestions? It's like, oh yeah, how about you stop asking my suggestions since you've ignored me for the last 5 fucking years or however long you've worked there, and just do what the hell you want to do anyway, and we'll just clean up whatever mess you make.
Or, you know what, just
own it.
Just be real weird, and, like, if you have to wear a uniform, see if you can somehow find a way to get the uniform of, like, the opposing business. Like, if you work for Pepsi, wear, like, a Coke uniform and just go to work and act like nothing. Just kind of fuck with them. Make them think they're going crazy. Yeah. I had a guy, like, I was a manager for a while at a couple places, which is always a bad move for you. Don't ever be in charge of anybody at all. Unless you're in charge of everybody, don't be in charge of anybody, because you always have people above you that are yelling at you for the shit that the people underneath you did. Anyway, there's this guy, and now the employees that I liked are the employees that never gave me a reason to clean up their shit. Like, I would always, every day I would have to be like, okay, now how do I hide what this, because, like, not only am I trying to get away with my own shit, I'm now trying to help these employees get away with their shit, because I know that their shit's gonna get me in trouble too. So I like the employees that just didn't do shit, just left, went home, and it's fine. But there was, okay, and a lot of times when I would walk past something happening that I knew was not supposed to happen, I would purposely not see it, if you know what I mean. I just kind of walk. But I'm walking by these two employees talking, and they're having a fairly racist conversation. Now, two white people, me, also white.
Yep.
In this situation, I look down at these people, and I move on about my day. In a regular, oh, you're racist? Cool, I'm out of here. But there were other not white people in earshot that saw me, that knew I heard. So I'm like, well, fuck, now I have to do I was like, okay, here's what's going to happen. So I took him in the office, and I'm like, okay, so obviously you can't say these things. I mean,
it's weird that I have to tell you this.
No, I said, here's the thing. If you want to be racist, there's no law against hating people for their like some people in the country, like they're like they're criminalizing homophobia. How do you do that? How do you put a law on a thought? Like, you can't arrest me because I hate a bunch of people. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, hey, if you want to be racist, that's cool. You know, we don't work at the KKK. You might run into some other people here that may not. Maybe keep it quiet. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not qualified to handle this problem.
No.
I am going to tell someone above me to maybe they can handle it. I maybe would start off by apologizing to the 3 not white people that heard you say exactly what I heard, and then apologize to me for making me fucking talk to you about this. So one of them, they just decided, I sent him on his break, and he left, right? And like, it's a 30-minute break. And then, 45 minutes goes, and I don't think anything of it because a lot of these people are assholes and they don't fucking care. Some of them are so stupid they can't tell the time anyway.
Yeah.
But an hour goes by, I'm like, huh.
He might not be coming back.
Well, so I go and I approach the other racist person he was talking to. I was like, hey, is your buddy coming back?
Hey, is your fellow Klansman, is he coming back?
Well, I asked
what's
her,
up?
I just asked her, I was like, hey, do you think he's coming back or what? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, we're racist, but we're not buddies.
We're not like Tex racists.
So,
We're just
so 2 hours goes by, and now I'm thinking, well, this motherfucker's not coming back. This guy quit. So I called him, and he, I was impressed by how much he didn't give a fuck about any of this. I call him, and he answers first ring. He picks it up, and I'm like, huh, I probably would have let this go to voice. I was like, hey, you coming back? Or he's like, nah. I'm just going to stay home. Oh. Did you quit? Nah. I'm just not coming back tonight. Oh.
It's fairly reasonable.
Why? And then he said, I went from hating this guy to respecting him. When I said why, he said, you know what? I got home on my lunch and I just don't want to go back. Oh. Cool. Okay, well, you clearly have me in a position where I can't do anything about
You're
this.
like, all right.
Have a good one. I will add this to the thing I'm telling our boss about. First, there's the racism thing, which, doesn't affect me. I don't care about that so much. You just shouldn't do it. But then you're fucking me. This part, that's the part I'm going to really go for. Anyway, all right, have a good one. And then, hey, you too, man.
Hey,
Just,
you have a good one, too.
he was just so polite in his not giving a fuck. It was great.
So I was watching, I watched this video of this guy getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
And he was even more chill than this guy, right? He's secretly videotaping it.
I think I've seen this.
This is the one where, he stole the company credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets brought in. Hey, yeah, so we're going to have to get your things and you're going to have to leave. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
And then what, I don't have things. I don't have, an office. What do you mean? Whatever you got, loose papers or whatever. So, is this, tomorrow? I'll come back tomorrow? I was like, no, yeah, we're firing you. We're letting you go.
The guy, I felt bad for both,
Yeah.
I felt bad for the dude, because it's he's just, firing someone is awkward. I've never had to fire anybody. That's gotta be awkward.
But that guy was laughing at that guy, too, at the end, where he's like, what are you talking about? Is it because I was giving money to the alumni? He's like, yeah, we're supposed to get money from them, but you were giving money to them. Also, you took the corporate card, and he's like, yeah, but I just bought lunch on it. That and other things, and you're not supposed to. You took it from me. He's all, oh, I thought that's what it was for. No, you took it. You went off running when we came in. He's all, well, the fire alarm was going off. You pulled the fire alarm. And he's like, yeah. And then even at the end where he's like, do you want to hang out later? And he's all, yeah, man, but after work we can go hang out.
Do you
All right,
think,
bro.
do
See
you
you
think
later.
they hung out?
Yeah, I do. I do think that at least one time they hung out.
On purpose? Or were they just at the same
No,
restaurant?
I think that guy found the boss. It was like, hey, we're hanging out now.
It'd be cool if he bought him lunch, on the card he still had.
That's the best part. You took the company credit card.
Yeah, so short answer is throw glitter at your boss, right? Technically not an assault. You'll never get that shit off. You have to go home. If I throw glitter on you right now, you have to go home before you do anything else.
I was playing surprise dodgeball.
Oh, and you got
at
a
work.
Beard? You're shaving, buddy.
No, I'm not. I'll glitter beard it up. I don't give a shit.
You're gonna look like the prettiest princess with that glitter beard.
Already do.
Next email. Hey guys.
Hey.
I like how they're getting more and more, they're getting progressively casual. Dear
What's up,
NTR
bro?
podcast.
What's up, bro?
Love the show. No Talent Required is the only podcast I listen to I'm kind of new to the whole podcast thing. Any other good recommendations? Thanks for the free entertainment, Kyle. Well, guess what, Kyle?
Just listen to us again.
Well, there is a show called The Gary Lee Show, which is available wherever podcasts can be found. Also, you might like that one.
It's all right.
You've never listened to it. They can't take your opinion. What are some of your
I
favorites?
go to listen to it, and it's like, wait, I'm not on this.
My face isn't on this one. What are some of your
I think I mentioned it before, listen to The Boogie Monster. Like that a lot.
That's the Kyle Kinane
Kyle
one.
Kinane, Dave Stone.
I gotta pull up my podcast.
The Mina Kimes show, I listened to that. It's a sports one. She's really big into football. She's also pretty hilarious. I like her a lot. Those two. I like. The Lizard People, which is like where they go deep into some conspiracies, but like in a fun way. Like neither one of them takes the conspiracies too seriously. They analyze it and they kind of come to their own conclusion. So the host of that, she's pretty funny. Boom. There's some other ones people tell me to. Yeah, those are the ones I listen to on the regular. Every once in a while, somebody will send me like I'm not a big fan of Joe Rogan, but sometimes somebody will send me a link. I'll catch
Joe
one
Rogan
of them.
for me is definitely here's a 3-minute clip on Facebook.
Yeah, so I'll listen to something.
Have you listened to Voyage to the Stars?
No.
It's like it's a sci-fi comedy improv. So everything is just improvised.
Okay.
But it's got a bunch of people that you would probably know. It's got a bunch of people that you may like. Felicia Day. I don't know if you know who that is. She was on The Guild, and she's currently on the new version of Mystery Science Theater. There's Janet Varney.
I don't watch those stuff. Mystery Science Theater and all that. I don't like people talking during movies.
I mean, this is what this is. This is just them improvising
But while the movie's on?
No.
Oh, but you're talking about the podcast.
The podcast,
Mystery Science Theater.
That's what that is,
yeah.
I listen to, if you like movie stuff, there's We Hate Movies, which is good. Also, Stop Podcasting Yourself is my favorite Canadian podcast. If you enjoy that stuff.
I used to listen to Doug Benson a lot, but then he stopped doing the
Leonard Maltin game. Yeah, I was out too. That was the first podcast I listened to.
Yeah, that was what really got me into podcast, like into listening to a lot of podcasts. But yeah, without the Leonard Maltin game, it just feels a little empty.
Yeah, and that's what taught me what podcast was, because I was looking up albums, and that came up, and I was like, oh, a free comedy album, and there's 137 of them. Yeah, and then I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I actually went to one of his podcasts, like his recordings, went to it live. It is still, I think, the only one I went to live, only podcast recording.
I mean,
I liked it.
Technically,
Other
you've
than
gone
these ones,
you've gone
but
to
yeah.
many podcast recordings live.
Well, ones where I was quiet throughout.
A couple of these. You know what you should do? You should go to iTunes or wherever you get this podcast, and there should be a little thing that says others like or
similar
other
interests.
Yeah, do that, and maybe that'll treat you right. Okay, next email. Here's a good one. This is not very. I got like water in my ear, and it's bothering the shit out of me. You can hear like rattling around.
Are you swimming?
No. It's just It's fucking weird. And in
a
like
bathtub?
a shower, I guess. Yeah.
Shower, unless you're putting your ear directly into it, it's not going to get in there.
Well, something's in there. It's liquid and it's moving around. It's bothering me. All right, last email. Dear podcasters, it's pretty good. Any thoughts on AEW? Do you think they can compete with WWE? Do we have another Monday Night War on our hands? Thanks, Sarah. Number one, they're not on Monday nights yet. Possibly never on Monday night, so I don't think
What day do you think they're going to be on? Have they announced that?
They have not announced a time, a date, or anything.
Well, they announced they're going to be on TNT.
They announced that, but they haven't announced like when it's going to start.
It's going to be in the fall, during the fall TV schedule. Did you watch the All or Nothing pay-per-view?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Well, this one...
You paid for it, or did you...
Yeah, fight. This one came before... We got this email before that pay-per-view.
Okay.
So I'm wondering what she thinks now of them, because that was a pretty damn good show.
I know, I'd work. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, the Cody versus Dustin match? Pretty good.
I like John Moxley showing up.
He did.
Signing a multi-year deal with them.
And then immediately announces he's going to New Japan, which is...
Well, he's still doing New Japan, too.
I know.
He's doing New Japan, and then all of his dates so far that he's announced with, I think, Northeast Wrestling are all against other AEW wrestlers. And also, a couple of them have Renee Young there as a special guest, which is pretty fun.
Which is weird. I mean, I guess
Super weird. She had to have known too. Like, do you think the WWE, like, because the WWE, I think, was under the assumption that he was coming back after like some time off to do his thing, and then now that it's a multi-year deal with AEW, that they know, they're like, God damn it, we got to. Do you think they look at Renee Young and go, you fucking knew this, didn't you?
Well, she
you
had
work
to.
for us.
She had
you
to
work
know.
for us.
That's the most recent. I don't think I can think of another person who was treated so well
On their way out.
because like they knew he was leaving for months.
Well, you say so well, but he wasn't treated all that well while he was there.
I mean, that's true, but they didn't take him off TV.
Yeah, they didn't take him out. They're not doing the Luke Harper thing to him.
Yeah, and they didn't make him look stupid.
They're not doing the revival thing to him.
Oh my god, I hate that so much. I love those two guys.
Yeah, they're so great. Like, I just will go back and watch an old NXT tag match with them, even just on the regular show, not even a takeover. And it's just classic tag team wrestling, and it's beautiful. Yeah. And then they just get to Raw, and they don't know what the fuck to do with them.
Yeah. I sincerely hope Vince McMahon dies soon. Here's the thing, though. Everyone's going all crazy about AEW. So far, they've only had 2 pay-per-views. That's only
one show. They've only had one show.
They've had All In and Double or
All In
Nothing.
wasn't really their show. It was like
it was
part
something.
ROH.
It was something.
This is their first actual show, and they got another show coming up.
Everything I've seen.
Everything's coming. I like getting excited about it. I'm for it. Like,
I do too.
I'm not I'm.
But there at this point they're nowhere close to being competition to the WWE at this point. They haven't even had. I mean, once the ratings
They're competition in the fact that, like, so far, like, as a consumer, there's not a whole lot of competition yet because we don't have a true alternative as to what we're watching every week yet.
I mean, we do. We just choose not to do it. We have Ring of Honor, which is every week. We have Impact every week. We have New Japan every week. We have MLW every week. We have Lucha Underground every week. And none of those companies have ever even knocked on the door of being competition.
But this one's knocking on the door. I think so. I think it's going to be... I think right now, like, those other companies couldn't hold a candle to what they were paying, what the WWE could pay a wrestler. And that's why WWE was always the destination. Now wrestlers are wanting out of WWE so bad because these people are paying them money.
Do you want to know why I don't think the WWE is taking them seriously?
What?
They were mentioned on WWE television last night.
Oh, what they say?
Sami Zayn. It wasn't like they weren't taking a shot at them, but they were doing like some weird question-answer segment with Sami Zayn. And he commented on how all the fan questions were lame, and he says you could have asked me about AEW, and that got a big AEW chant. But it's like if they're allowing their guys to, even if it's making fun of AEW, you don't bring up your competition if you're afraid of them. Yeah, you don't like they. Never,
I don't think Vince is afraid of them because I think like most things, Vince is delusional.
I think that they're a little.
I think he sees them as an ROH, as an Impact, and I think they're a subtle step ahead of them. Because TNA had a moment where they were getting some top guys. They had Hogan and shit.
Yeah, but
they got Jeff Hardy. I think was their biggest get, only because he got
Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was their biggest.
Kurt Angle was big too.
Because that was the only one. Well, because like Jeff Hardy got fired, right? Like,
Jeff Hardy got fired, and so did Kurt Angle did too. Like he didn't want to. Like he failed another steroid test, and like he didn't want to do the whole.
But they wanted to keep him.
They wanted to keep him, but under certain restrictions, and he didn't want to do that. He's like, no thanks, and I'll go here. Christian was the first one who was like, his contract's coming up. I'm leaving. I'm going to TNA, and he was the first one that just showed up as like, hey, I'm choosing to come here because he can be a top guy. There.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Well, he was a world champion after Edge got hurt, but yeah.
And how long did that last?
I think 60 days. Anyway.
One pay-per-view. Randy Orton took it back. The point is, they've not been around long enough to be considered any sort of competition for this company. However, the fact that they're doing everything they can to keep their current roster from leaving, the fact that you know they're mentioning it to their in-house, they're talking about them. They're aware of them. But they're in no way in danger. I mean,
they lost a few of their producers, right?
Yeah, but again, they didn't like Arn Anderson walked. Arn Anderson got fired. He didn't quit so he can go to AEW.
Dean Malenko did.
Dean Malenko did, but
Road Dogg did.
No, Road Dogg didn't go.
He quit WWE though.
No, No, he quit. He stepped down from his job
as head writer
to do another job for like he's one of he's still basically he stepped down from his job to take a smaller position with the same. He's still there.
Okay.
The point is they gotta be on TV for a while before you can. The only way to compare it would be other than like genuine quality of the content would be the ratings, which AEW has 0. They don't have any ratings yet, and they're not. WWE doesn't have pay-per-views anymore, so you can't compare anything.
Raw last night?
I watched just because of AEW and how good that show was. I did watch it just to see if the fans would do something, if there would be all night long chants about it or whatever.
I was so happy with Brock Lesnar's new Money in the Bank briefcase.
I hated that so much.
And then his shirt that said Brock Party.
I like the shirt.
All of it. All of it. Brock Lesnar being happy,
it's weird.
Hanging out and dancing. That's a man who has made the decision not to get punched in the face for real anymore.
Also,
that is the guy who's like, yeah, I'll just do this.
What bothers me so much is that when he was the Universal Champion and technically the top guy in the company, he was only on television once every 3 months.
Yeah.
And now that he has no title, storyline-wise, he's on the show twice a night? What is happening? It makes no sense.
Weird.
The pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, it was good. Top to bottom, there was no bad matches. There were a couple of good surprises, like Awesome Kong came back. No one thought she was going to be there. She's fucking awesome. I don't give a shit.
She's awesome, and she's a good actress, too. She was great in Glow.
I hope this means she's still on that show, because I know that she wasn't doing any wrestling for the first 2 seasons of Glow. So maybe she's, I don't know, maybe she's off the show now?
Maybe she's just done filming?
Maybe. But I like her. The Dean Ambrose thing was awesome.
It's great. Bret Hart coming out.
Bret Hart was awesome, even though he fucking fell. Did you hear about him falling?
No.
He was, as he's leaving, like he goes to just unveil the belt, and then when he walks off, he's going off the ramp, and he just fucking eats shit. It looks like a terrible fall. Like he went like face down, like it was bad, but he's okay.
Yeah.
There was the women's match with all the Japanese ladies. I had no idea who any of those fucking women were, and that was one of the better matches. And then, like I said, the Cody Dustin match. It was one of those emotional matches where it's like they're brothers, they're real life brothers, and the whole storyline is like Cody saying, "This doesn't mean as much to me as it means to you, and I'm gonna beat you," and that's how it's gonna be. And then at the end of it, they had this. Maybe if I could find it, I'll play it on this show. But they have the promo where he and they're so bloody, there's blood everywhere, and Dustin's he's got red and black face paint. He looks like Darth Maul. So you can't tell what's blood and what's paint until he hugs Cody, and there's just blood all over. So he's like, here's the thing, you're not going to retire. I signed a contract to take on the Young Bucks at the next pay-per-view, me and a partner of my choosing, and I want my brother. I don't need a friend. I don't need a partner. I need my brother. They were crying actual tears. They were hugging each other. I'm watching that going, this is how good wrestling can be all the fucking time.
Yeah.
This is a guy that they two guys.
They did nothing with.
These are 2 guys that nobody gave a shit about in another company that's quote unquote doing it right. And I could not have been more invested in a storyline I didn't know anything about until the bell rang. They're doing it right. So I think, long story short, yes, they could be competition, but they still can't match them with the money, even though they have backers.
They got their own billionaire, buddy.
They can't match them with the money.
Tony Khan, I think, can match. I think he's more money than Vince.
And they can't match him with WrestleMania. That's still WrestleMania. They still can't.
Yeah, it's right. Like no matter how unexcited I was for WrestleMania, I watched all 46 hours of it.
I skipped it and I was happy about it. I want
to point out, all right, so we sit in a parking lot.
Yes, we do.
Do we adhere to the parking lot's loose rules? They put up these arbitrary lines that we all follow.
Right.
We all, get it. Like, even though we're way out here in the middle of nothing, there's no reason for anybody to park next to us or near us.
Right.
We're still in the lines.
Yeah, okay.
Looking over to my right here, guy has parked this giant fucking truck.
Yes.
He's taking up probably about 6 parking spaces.
I would say at least
going,
5, yeah.
Yeah, he's going sideways. He's going diagonal through all of it, parked right there. That upsets me so much.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to get upset by that, other than like.
What is he doing? Conducting?
They're talking. There's a lot of hand movement going on.
Yeah,
they're a lot of. We've been talking for a while. Our hands are politely.
You know what?
Not going like this as I wave frantically about.
What was that person's name? Kyle. Thank you for listening, but check out whatever their podcast is, because it sounds like they're doing a better show than us.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the old tournament?
Oh yes. Let me get the.
Well, you got time, because we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we got a tournament. We're gonna. This might be a tournament we have to come back to, because there are so many choices.
Do you want to do half and half?
No. I mean, we're gonna do another version of this with more people, because I mean, there's a lot of people in the pool. I had to narrow this down to 16 people out of like 180. There's so many. Anyway, we're doing a best. What would you call it? Advertising mascots.
Yeah, best advertising mascot / pitchman.
Yeah.
Or women.
Yeah, I mean, because think of all the people that I didn't put on this list. Mayhem is great.
Mayhem from what? Oh, shit, yeah, from the Allstate commercials.
The Geico Gecko, I don't believe, is on this list. Captain Crunch, for God's sakes. Pillsbury Man.
Wait, the Gecko is on the list.
Is he? No,
yeah,
he's not.
Against Flo. Geico.
I do believe, Jenks, you don't listen to any text messages I ever send you. That would be the Geico Caveman, you son of a bitch. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to decide who is the greatest advertising mascot of all the times.
Or at least in this round one. We're coming back to it. Like, we can have a tournament of champions.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Let's take that break, man.
All right, welcome back. We're here again. Get used to it. I don't know.
And we're back.
All right, we got a tournament. Add mascot. Don't bring up anyone that's on this list currently. But do you have a favorite that the commercials you look forward to, or you used to look forward to when there were commercials?
Well, like even now, like I think I'm at the age where like commercials annoy me more than anything. So that like if I find, I won't go out of my way to buy a product if I think the commercial's good.
Never have I ever done that.
But I will go out of my way to not buy a product if I find the commercial annoying.
That's true.
I will be like, nope, I am done with you.
So what you're saying is commercials can only hurt your company, as far as you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned.
You know what? The T-Mobile guy, we both are T-Mobile customers.
Yes.
And what's his name? John Legero or something?
Yeah.
That guy irks me big time.
Really? I just bought his slow cooker cookbook.
Watching him.
I just made some pulled chicken sandwiches the other night using his recipe. Quite good.
He's not on this list, thank God. Or
I like that guy. I like when he talks. Like I don't go out of my way to watch his commercials and stuff, but like he's fun.
He's a bit of a Roberto Benigni.
Slow cooker Sundays. It's where
I hate that shit.
Oh, dude,
I hate it so much.
Did you get the T-Mobile free item this week? Do you know what it was?
I don't care.
Spatula with a bottle opener on the handle.
Never would use that. Never.
I got 2 of them.
Don't want it.
One for you.
Don't want it. I do not want
it. You don't use a spatula?
I don't cook. No. I don't.
Do you open bottles?
No. I don't have any use for that item. Thank you for thinking of me.
All right.
Stick it up your ass.
I only offered it because I knew you weren't going to take it, but no, I have 2 of those.
Oh, you bastard. No, I'll take it then,
Nope.
you son of a bitch.
Nope.
All right, you ready for the first matchup?
2 of them.
By the way, I did say I have met personally.
Yep. I
got to shake hands with one of these people. Did you think about it? Can you guess who it is? We
shook hands.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We'll do this so we don't ruin it. We'll just go bracket by bracket, and if we get to one that you think it is, you let me know that that's the person you think that I met and shook hands, stood in line to meet and shake hands with.
Okay.
And if it helps, against my will, I was forced to stand in line to shake hands with this person.
Gotcha.
All right, first matchup. We got Gidget, the Taco Bell dog, versus Wendy, the Snapple lady. Okay, so for those of you that don't remember, Snapple commercials were fucking great back in the 90s, where you would have this lady who was sitting behind this counter, answering fan mail for like fans of Snapple would send in questions for her to answer, and most of them weren't even about Snapple. She just had questions, and it was sort of like it was to promote the Snapple facts underneath the cap. Mm-hmm. Do you know her backstory, where she came from? pretty cool. She just worked in the office. She was like a daughter of someone, one of the head people, and she just worked in the office. She was making copies for people, getting people coffee, that kind of thing. And then when someone came up with this idea, they're like, "Hey, Wendy's pretty cool. Wendy knows a lot of shit." Because she's always helping people out with like fun facts at the office.
Do you think this would happen in today's climate, or do you think somebody's got to be vetted so?
It's like there might be some like
not just dirt, but they're gonna have like not just dirt, but yeah, that. But
people,
also
there's
like
some people on this current list.
But like yes, but also like they're like, oh no, we have to have a marketing strategy. Like this person only gauges well with this demographic or this demographic, and they're wanting somebody that hits all these buttons, that somebody like can't just be like, hey, Joe's daughter's cool, let's just throw her, like we're making a commercial right now in conference room B.
Yeah, and at the time, like Snapple was not a real popular drink.
It's no longer a real popular drink.
It's gone back to not being very popular. Well, Pepsi fucked them. Pepsi fucked Wendy. Pepsi. Fuck you, Pepsi. Pepsi bought Snapple, and they're like, hey, we're gonna. They gave her a contract, and then they just fucking never used her. And she's like, hey, is there anything I can do? I'd like to do these commercials. They're like, nope. Also, you can't do anything even closely remote. You want to start a YouTube channel where you do this exact same thing, but without the snap? Can't do it, bitch. They fucked her over, and then they brought her back for one 6-month run where they were doing the new Snapple things again. And she's like, yeah, no hard feelings. I just love doing it. I'm not an actor. She's been in TV shows, but basically it's like,
hey, there's the Snapple lady.
She's not playing the Snapple lady, but it's like she's always behind the counter. Like she's the Snapple lady.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Pepsi, again for ruining Wendy, the Snapple lady. But versus Gidget,
Taco Bell dog.
the Taco Bell dog.
Voiced by the guy from
Carlos. I can't say his last name. Alzikiria. But he was the guy from
Reno 911.
Reno 911. Now I'll give you a hint.
Yep.
I met one of these two ladies.
Snap.
I met one of these two ladies and shook the hand of one of these two ladies
One of these
against
two
my
ladies?
Gidget is in fact a lady Chihuahua.
Okay.
Spoilers, guys.
So not the guy who voiced it, but the Chihuahua you might have shook that hand.
Yeah, I never met Carlos, but
right.
one of these two ladies I did have the distinct pleasure of getting to know.
You waited in line.
I waited in a very long line, and the whole process took. I traveled out of state to meet this person.
Okay.
I stood in line, and there was like a 3-hour presentation before we got. And there were some rules, by the way. We got her people gave us rules on how to conduct ourselves. It was a horrible experience all the way around.
And you shook possibly the dog's paw.
I either shook paw or tiny hand.
I'm going tiny hand because I can't imagine a dog staying still, letting a ton of strangers come through and touch it.
I worked at Taco Bell all throughout high school.
Okay.
Gidget was coming to town, baby. She was we went to the head office. So they picked a couple of people from each store, and we got to go to Colorado. We got to meet old Gidget. But there was a 3-hour presentation of like, here's the new menu items, and now here's 2.5 hours about this fucking dog that will be dead in a day or so. And then it was like Jesus came to town. They're like, now, if you want to meet...
this dog made them a ton of money.
The dog turned it all around.
Just like Jesus made the Catholic Church a ton of money.
The dog turned... They did turn it all around. Like their sales, after, like... I think it like 10 times the sales because of this fucking dog, right? Yep. There were 2 dogs. Spoiler alert. we lost one of the Gidgets halfway through. So I don't know which Gidget I met. I think I met OG Gidget. But they're like, if you want... This is what they said to us. If you want to meet Gidget... We'll give you an opportunity. And I'm thinking, I don't want to meet Gidget. I have no interest in meeting Gidget. I'm here because
you pet a dog?
I'm here because I got to get in a hotel for free, and I get a bunch of food for free.
But it's Taco Bell.
But so we stand in this line. There's like 500 Taco Bell employees, and I think 499 of them are genuinely excited. By the way, I had Gidget the dog sweatshirts. I had Gidget the dog hats. I had just a collection of those bobbleheads.
Giving away a ton of stuff.
So much free shit. I loved it. So we get up there, and this is what you do. They treat the person that owned the dog treated you like a dog. So she was like, stick out your hand, okay. All right, Gidget, and she would make the dog touch your hand and then go. That's what shaking the hand. I was like, don't train me how to touch your fucking. I don't want to touch it. And by the way, my boss said you have to touch it. You have to go over there and shake the hand of Gidget. I don't want to shake the hand of Gidget.
Well, guess what?
Yeah,
Gidget's moving on.
I will say I agree with this because
I think it's
Winnie the Snapple lady. She was there during the spike of the sales for Snapple. But it was the Snapple facts that was really the most important thing about that campaign. This fucking dog, it took Taco Bell to first place. It beat McDonald's for the first fucking time ever because of a stupid dog that wasn't even. It was the guy from Reno 911 that was doing the funny stuff.
And his his stand-up was terrible. He would come out and he'd have like a.
Did he mention the dog?
Oh, did he mention the dog? He would come out and he would have a stuffed animal of the Chihuahua on his shoulder and like parade it around.
Listen, do you blame the dude?
I don't blame him if that's what he did like on a talk show or something, but this is a comedy special.
Listen,
this is
I understand it's not good, but I mean that dog made him more money than anything else he's ever done. He's written movies. He's been on long running television shows. He's been a voice actor forever. That fucking dog he made him a millionaire.
I understand.
So he probably truly does love that campaign.
Totally get that. But give me back.
Well, I don't think he has an act at all anymore.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, so you're saying Gidget goes
easily.
By the way, the replacement Gidget was Ginger. It was Gidget and Ginger.
Same owner?
Yeah, same people. Same people got her. All right, so Taco Bell dog moves on.
Yep.
Next up, this is a tough one. You got the Kool-Aid Man.
Yep.
Versus Ronald McDonald. He might be the most iconic mascot. And here's the thing. I'm not saying my vote is for Ronald, but he got the shaft, my friend. You've heard me talk about this before. I truly do not believe 99% of people who say they are afraid of clowns are afraid of clowns. I think it's trendy to say you are afraid of clowns, right? By the way, I'm afraid of gay people. I don't like gay people. I'm afraid of them. Oh, you're a terrible person. But you're afraid of clowns? You ruined Ronald's life. When's the last time you saw a Ronald McDonald commercial? When's the last time?
Can't remember.
Of course not, because people are pretending to be afraid of clowns, so they had to pull them. I was genuinely excited when I was a child to go meet Ronald McDonald. I was genuinely excited.
Wait, you met another person on this list?
Well, I mean, I met everyone. I mean, everyone's got a fake Ronald, right? He shows up. He used to show up at the McDonald's.
He was at my little sister's birthday party back when you had birthday parties at McDonald's.
I've been talking about this a lot. Like I never got to go to I never had one, and now you can't have it because there's probably too much poop everywhere in the play area. Yeah. But it would be in the newspaper. Hey, Ronald's coming to this location this Saturday, and me and my brother are like, gonna go see the clown, man. It's gonna be sweet. Everyone. Now it's like I'm not. Basically, now if you say you want to go see Ronald, the clown, it's like, hey, you want to go take the family to see a rapist? It's not fair that Ronald McDonald used to be an actual. They had the video games.
You know the guy who does the on the Today Show. He does the 100-year-old Smuckers.
Oh yeah, he's the first one.
First ever one.
Willard Scott.
Willard Scott.
Yeah.
First ever Ronald McDonald.
Just as a character, Ronald McDonald. He fucking loves fast food.
Yep.
He loves having adventures. He loves hanging out with aliens and weird bird people. And then you got the Kool-Aid Man, who's just going to destroy your shit.
Just runs through houses. I don't understand how that's a thing. Like, I'm a big pitcher of Kool-Aid.
You throw a pitcher against a brick wall, guess what's going to happen? Brick wall's not going to notice. That pitcher's up.
Plus, somebody who's worn a red shirt before and been called Kool-Aid Man, fuck him.
All I got to say is, I am not taking the side of the bullies here, but if you are a large man, stop looking at the cats. If you are a large man and you wear a plain bright red t-shirt, you either have to be comfortable with being called Kool-Aid Man or don't wear. Listen,
it was a gift.
I make sure I don't.
Somebody gave me.
One time I wore a red polo and khakis to a Target Do you understand how many questions I had from random old people who just assumed I worked at Target? Now I know not to do that anymore. I'm not gonna do it. So you can't do. Anyway, I think as far as a mascot goes, these are both pretty evenly as far as like when I think of Kool-Aid, I think of that dude. Yeah. And when I think of McDonald's, I still.
When's the last time you had McDonald's?
Oh, I have McDonald's all the time.
Yeah, when's the last time you had Kool-Aid?
I have not long ago because I sometimes I get my daughter for her lunches. I get her the Kool-Aid.
Because you're a terrible father and you can't afford Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, afford
Kool-Aid jammers. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
There's 10-cent difference.
Yeah, it's 10-cent difference.
She enjoys the Kool-Aid. I liked making fond memories when I was a kid of making Kool-Aid at home. I'd be, you know what's
better than Kool-Aid?
Lots of things.
Almost everything else.
But we're not talking about the product.
Mio.
The product has nothing to do with this.
So much better.
Product has nothing to do with this.
I'm still bitter for being yelled at.
So are we both in agreement?
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald
for you to say that they're evenly matched is ridiculous.
I think they're evenly matched because they're both long-running mascots. Mm-hmm. By the way, Kool-Aid Man's still around. Yep. Ronald's not getting any play these days. But when I think about the product, I don't think about a Big Mac. I think Ronald. And when I think about Kool-Aid, I think about the fuck. It might help that he is an actual picture of the Kool-Aid. There's comic books too. Did you know that?
Of Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid Man comic books. Yeah. Marvel, my friend. He's gonna have a secret scene in Spider-Man. Yeah. All right, so Kool-Aid's done.
He snaps his fingers and everybody's water turns to Kool-Aid.
I like that Sharkleberry Finn. Oh my God, that was some good shit. Mm-hmm. Sharkleberry Finn.
Next up.
All right, next up, we got two of the greatest characters of all time. We got the Noid versus Jared Fogle, rapist extraordinaire. Or not a rapist, child molester. Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, did he molest or did he just have porn? There's a huge difference.
He would have he had porn, but like he would they caught him with like under 18-year-olds, like 16-year-olds and stuff like that were around, and like he was either trying to fuck them or fucked them or something like that.
Okay, so I mean, piece of shit regardless.
Piece of shit.
Now
can't get Subway where he's at.
Now I will say this.
Gets plenty of footlongs.
I will say this. Since we can't get like the Noid's not a real guy. And I realize saying this, some of the younger people now have to
I had to look up what a Noid was.
You didn't know what the Noid was?
After looking it up, I was like, oh, I kind of remember that as a kid. The Domino's Noid.
Okay, so we're gonna go the character that is the Noid versus the character Jared Fogle from Subway, who is not a rapist.
He's just, absolutely 100%. No. There's not a character. That's the problem, though. Like the Noid is a character,
right?
Jared Fogle's not a character. He's a real person.
Okay, all right.
Who Subway
put
their name on and was like, hey, look at this guy. He lost weight eating our sandwiches.
And now he rapes children.
Yeah, he got thin enough to seduce 16-year-olds.
By the way, you know what I always hated about Jared Fogle? Like, now obviously I hate the child molester part of him. But you know what I always hated about that guy or that character or whatever?
Not a character. Stop calling him a character.
He's just walking around with his big-ass pants, right?
Yeah.
Like, we get it. I know what it means to lose weight. I don't need you to bring your big-ass pants with you everywhere you go. Do you know why the Noid was created?
Why?
This will get... See, Domino's is fucking poison. Domino's is some of the worst pizza ever. I don't know why Little Caesars gets shit on.
Little Caesars is good now, man.
Little Caesars is better than Domino's.
I just recently downloaded the Little Caesars app because they installed these portals, which is like you just go in, type your number, get your pizza. You talk to no one. It's great. I order I do the $5 lunch meal where you get like the little deep dish and
soda. Oh yeah.
And like a 20-ounce drink. I get water now, unfortunately. So I go there. It's beautiful.
Are they a Pepsi people or are they a Coke
They're Pepsi,
people?
Yeah.
Fuck them then.
Yeah.
Somebody
lost their balloons. Look at him. Look at him. It's like I just blew those out.
Okay, so to explain what we just saw. So we look up and we see 3 Mylar balloons just flying off into the sky. And then we look at a guy who is still currently staring at these balloons. Picture this. Picture how you would look if you just lost 3 Mylar balloons, because this guy is disappointed and he's angry.
Still looking at him.
He's got his hands on his shoulders and he's still staring at his Mylar balloons up in the
Oh,
sky.
man.
Fucking great. That's the greatest thing.
That was so great.
That's the greatest thing. Okay, back to the Noid. Back to the Noid. This was a great campaign, because you had this little goofy character, and basically, if you don't know, the Noid was this character that was his mission in life was to ruin pizza. And I gotta say, I'll fight the good fight. You don't fuck with people's pizza. You don't do it. And do you know why he was invented though?
Why?
Because Domino's doesn't get the credit they deserve here. They're the ones that came up with the little pizza table in the middle of the pizzas.
Okay, that keeps it from squashing it?
Yeah, because the Noid was the one squashing the pizzas in the commercial, so they came up with a little table. Why the table would, get rid of the Noid. But do you know why they got rid of the Noid? Because it was popular. They have video games. By the way, that NES game, you even get close to the water and you die. Fuck you. Avoid the Noid. It was called Yo Noid for NES. Check it out. Do you know why they got rid of the Noid, though?
Why?
Very tragic. So this guy walks into a Domino's Pizza with a gun, locks the doors, and holds the employees hostage and says he's going to kill people because his last name was Noid. And slowly over time, he started getting, it just drove him fucking nuts. He's like, everyone's avoiding me. Why they're... he was already nuts, obviously. Yeah. But just...
This triggered it.
Just having the last name, the Noid, he thought that the Domino's company were, it was like a personal attack on him. It's like, Jesus Christ. So they did bring him back, though. They brought him back for a little while, 3 years ago or something. For, 1 or 2.
Do you know why the Noid's moving on?
Because he's not a rapist,
yep.
Obviously.
Low bar.
Okay, next up, we got the Geico Cavemen versus Flo.
Is there a more likable character
than Flo?
Although Jamie in those new Progressive commercials,
I don't like him horning in.
I was not a fan of him getting the butt of the joke mainly.
I don't like.
And then when he got his comeuppance, when they went to his house, and he had this beautiful wife and giant house, and then played the guitar beautifully, I loved it. I was like, yes, that's how you come up.
I don't like him stealing Flo's thunder.
I don't think he's stealing Flo's thunder. I think he's a solid number 2.
Do you think Flo has to ever work again?
No. She's got one of those contracts where she can't change her look or do anything like that.
Well, no, she's been in stuff.
She's in stuff, but she can't change her look. She has to be able to...
She was in Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Okay.
I mean, look up the song that she does in Tom Goes to the Mayor. It's quite offensive. She's in television shows, too. She's on another show that my dad watches, currently. I forget what it is, but she's on that. She's a great actress, and on the one hand, it's wow, she really lucked out with this role where the commercials themselves are kind of well written and funny.
Yeah.
She gets a chance to be funny.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's but you sort of traded your career. You're not gonna be in a movie ever.
I think at that point you got to play the odds.
True. What are the odds that you
how
make
many actors and actresses don't get the money? They're teaching acting school and shit like that.
Yeah, and she can still do UCB and improv stuff like she does.
Yeah.
Who's she up against? Oh, the fucking Geico
Caveman.
Now,
those commercials were so funny.
Not only are they commercials, they are the only ones on this list that actually had their own television series.
And that's what hurts them.
1,000% that show's awful.
That was one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Here's the thing.
They took everything great about the commercials.
Yeah.
And how upset they were and how almost relatable.
They were assholes in the show. They were fucking dicks.
And then in the show they were just such terrible.
They carried on the whole joke, which was these cavemen.
You think we're dumb?
These cavemen are smart. And they carry that joke on, but in the television show, you get 30 minutes of it, and you're like, I don't like these fucking people. They think they're better than me.
And they didn't even get the regular caveman guy to be in it.
They got Nick Kroll. By the way,
Nick Kroll, and then the guy from...
that's a caveman name.
Yeah.
Kroll sounds like a caveman.
And then the guy from... who's in a bunch of different stuff, Detroit Rock City and stuff like that.
You see, the only thing I saw the first episode of Cavemen. Because Cavemen came on the same time as this other show called Carpoolers, I think, or Carpool or whatever.
All right.
And I was really excited about both of these shows. I was
excited about the Caveman show.
I was very excited.
Yeah,
I was like,
nothing like the commercials.
These are the best commercials that they have going. And this is great. And then when the show came out, I was like, this is what this is about?
Yeah.
They're like minorities, and it's like some weird race thing. I'm like, this is the fucking dumbest thing. But it did get like I think 13 episodes, so it didn't get canceled immediately.
Well, I think they ordered the episodes before the show started, so they were like, oh, we're stuck with this.
Can you imagine sitting through that makeup?
For that garbage? No.
For that, I mean, that's terrible. But the commercials, though.
Commercials were fabulous. That guy was awesome.
And
what else was he doing? Could he not do the TV show?
Are you sure it wasn't the same dude?
Yes.
Maybe he didn't want to commit.
Maybe he was like, he read episode 1 and was like, are you kidding me?
I don't know about that because, I mean, that's a lot of money. But maybe he thought that, okay, because like unlike Flo, he can look however he wants to look, and no one's going to know it's the same dude, right? But when you sign up for these contracts, like if you do a pilot, you sign up for 7 years.
Yeah.
And you're just doing it for 7 years. So if you have a show that you're not so happy with, but it's it's a hit. Yeah, but that show ran for a long time.
Yeah.
You get stuck there and you can't do anything else. So maybe he read the thing saying like, "Hey, Geico gives me a year-to-year contract. ABC's going to give me 7 years and I don't want to fucking be this caveman forever."
Yeah.
Plus you can shoot a year's worth of commercials on a weekend. Because there's 30 seconds. You don't have to go to work every day, get in the chair, 3 hours of makeup to do that show. I don't know.
So out of these two,
what do we got? We got Flo.
I'm pushing Flo because one, she's still going strong, still the most likable, doesn't have a shitty TV show to her on her resume.
I mean, if all of that's correct.
Yep.
If I had to choose which commercial I would like to see though, Flo's never made me laugh.
This is true.
Flo makes me smile. The caveman made me laugh every time.
All right, you want to go caveman?
No, I'll go Flo. I'm on the fence here.
I think she's a better advertising
question.
person.
If Flo had a show,
I'd watch it.
Would it be better than the caveman?
That fake Flo show that they've been promoting.
Would it be better than the caveman?
Yes, absolutely.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
It would have to be.
So once again, low bar.
Right,
Didn't rape anybody.
All right. That we know of. We don't know what Flo's up to. I don't know Flo.
All right.
All right, next up we got the Helping Hand versus Duke the Dog.
Yep.
Now, do you know who Duke the Dog is?
Yeah, from Bush's Baked Beans, right?
Right.
Yep.
Versus the Helping Hand from Panburger Partner.
Panburger Partner?
That was the most generic thing I've ever seen was the generic hamburger helper. It was called Panburger Partner. And it just had a picture of a dude giving you a thumbs up. I was like, come on.
So Hamburger Helper had these, like they were going around with their own little food truck for a bit. Doing these commercials. And they had a hooded sweatshirt, zipper. It had the Hamburger Helping Hand right on the top left-hand corner.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I thought that was the coolest fucking sweatshirt. I was like, God damn, I was online looking for that sweatshirt.
Does he have a voice? Has he ever done the commercials where he talks? I don't know.
So. I don't know. But no, like they had a guy wearing it who was like handing out like, cheeseburger, macaroni, Hamburger Helper. Growing up, we had Hamburger Helper a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And I used to not like it. Now I don't mind it.
Here's what I'll say. As a single parent, and I have a child who eats, and I can't cook for shit,
it's great.
I can make a Hamburger Helper because all you got to do is cook meat.
You cook the meat, and then you just add the shit, and then you stir, and that's it.
So many times in my life, I've had to rely on the Panburger Partner. I've had to do this.
We've never gone generic. I mean, Hamburger Helper was cheap enough.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't buy the Panburger Partner. Just saw it. I just know it exists. It's like $1.50. You know, all you gotta do is buy some meat. But then some of those things you get it home, and I'm like, I can do this, and it's like, oh wait, I don't have milk, I don't have butter, I don't have meat.
You don't have meat.
You know what? If you really wanted to help me out, just throw some meat in there. I will say that as far as a character goes, he's not much of a character. He's just kind of there.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
But as far as the Duke Dog goes, he's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's constantly against your family recipe. You're trying to sell it off from under me.
He wants to take that company down. The Helping Hand just wants to be there for you.
I just want...
give him a high five, though, Concussion City.
The Bush's guy to look the dog in the face and be like, do you know how much more money I could make selling a talking dog?
It's true.
So go ahead, blab your fucking mouth. Keep it up.
Also,
your ass is going to be in a science lab the rest of your goddamn life.
Pretty impressive. We are on Duke number 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I mean, those commercials have been going for a long time, and we just now got the second Duke. To be fair, these dogs aren't really they don't need to be trained. It's a CGI mouth.
Yep.
But it was a long life for the first Duke, right?
Pretty solid.
I mean, this one's tough because neither one of them makes me want to buy their product.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the hamburger helper because I don't know how to cook anything else.
Yeah.
I'm never going to buy the Bush baked beans because I do not like baked beans. So
I buy it all the time because I love me some baked beans.
I don't know why you said it like that.
I love me some baked
Baked
beans.
beans.
I love me some baked beans.
I got to say
I don't even put it in a pan. I just heat it up in a bowl.
Okay,
It's fucking delicious.
Here's my pitch for Duke.
Yep.
At least they're doing something in the Duke in the baked bean commercials. Hamburger Helper, the character is a nothing, and it just says, "Here's what Hamburger Helper is. Enjoy." Okay, but then the Bush's baked beans. At least there's something. At least they're trying to do something
Here's my
with it.
pitch for the hamburger helping hand. It's so easy. You don't need my helping hand, and I've never wanted to buy a sweatshirt with Duke on the fucking left hand chest.
Okay, as far as character design, I do enjoy the glove over the what is it? A golden retriever? Is that what it is?
No, he's like a brown dog, right?
I don't fucking know. Oh, you know
Golden
what?
retriever.
All
The
right.
colors in the name.
Hamburger
Helping
partner,
hand?
hamburger partner goes up. All right.
Helping hand. Also, never mind. Go ahead.
I
It could be-
understand.
yep.
It takes, you know what? Cooking's stressful.
Cookie stressful.
You have a little hamburger. He helps
give
you
you a
out
helping hand.
downstairs. Yeah, that's what we're saying. All right, next up. One of the most iconic, I think. We got the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
Versus the most interesting man, the Dos Equis guy, whatever you want to call him. Do you like Dos Equis? Question.
It's fine. I like a Dos Equis Amber. I'll go with a little darker one.
I don't like Dos Equis beer-wise.
Okay.
You know what's powering this here recording device?
What's that?
That'd be some Energizer.
Okay.
Be some Energizer batteries.
Yep.
Here's okay. I know we're not judging this based on product, but the Dos Equis is a moderately priced alcohol.
Yeah.
All batteries are way too fucking expensive. All of them.
Yeah.
There's no reason for the batteries to be that expensive. The batteries we're using right now, they are rechargeable batteries. They cost like $1,000, and it shouldn't cost that much.
Yeah.
Also, do you remember like the bunny's very iconic? But do you remember all the jokes in like the 90s about that bunny's fucking annoying, and other companies would do commercials about killing the bunny?
Rayovac would do commercials of anti.
They are they are pretty like these days the commercials. It's just like the bunny comes up at the end of the commercial.
Yeah.
But back in the day, they were like 60-second commercials with this fucking bunny. It always irked me. This bunny always bothered me. It just always made me mad. However, way less creepy than the Duracell guys. Remember those fucking things? They were like these weird plastic dudes. This is like this plastic family.
Oh shit!
They're creepy.
Barely.
They're creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather be near a.
And then like what the Duracell, what the Energizer Bunny's got going for it is that like, it's the only thing out of all of these that actually uses the product.
Yeah, true.
Like the reason it keeps going is because of the product. It's really integrated. Everything else is kind of like Ronald McDonald. I assume maybe he eats McDonald's, but no, not really.
You assume, of course, he's eating.
I guess Fogel did use the product, but
a trail of 6 inches leading up to his white van.
Yes. So yeah, the most interesting man in the world. How do you feel about them changing him?
I like how the original most interesting man, like he was there for a while.
Yeah.
And then he just they phased him out.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what you're talking about.
They have a new one. He's like a younger, most interesting man in the world. He's like taller, younger.
You know what? They changed the bunny too. They went from they switched from an animatronic bunny, remote control bunny, to a fucking CGI bunny. So can we just not talk about the new versions of these two? Because I think it's a downgrade. I've not seen the new.
It just feels weird that they like switched him out, because the most interesting man in the world, I think that was one of his. I guess they wanted a younger, more adventurous one, but also the most interesting man in the world was so adventurous. Like, I don't understand what the switch needed to be made. It was a man with experience. The younger guy, I don't understand.
I'm gonna go. My vote here. I'll let you. You can decide. But I'm gonna go with the bunny just because, like, that's one of the biggest.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
One of the most iconic.
Boom.
Pitch
All right.
All right.
Next one shows your age.
I am not this old. I was gonna put the Where's the Beef Lady up here. But anyway, we got Little Mikey versus Mr. Clean.
Yep.
Okay. Here's why. This is easy.
All right.
Mr. Clean, this is what Mr. Clean does. He comes to your home, and he just helps you get shit done.
Have you seen the new one where he's like dancing?
No.
Shaking the ass?
No.
Really good.
You know what? I wouldn't mind a little...
He's like moving to it. Like,
I wouldn't mind a little show.
He's like showing like one, this stuff cleans so easy. I'm adding a little hip movement to it.
Here's why Little Mikey sucks. Here's why Little Mikey sucks as a character, and he doesn't do his job, right?
Yeah.
Little Mikey, what is it, Kicks?
Life
cereal. Okay, so
first of all, that's why he sucks right there.
Well, no, here's the thing.
Right there.
So is back in the day, way back, 50s, I think, is when it started.
You think like you weren't there. Go ahead. You think.
Okay,
well, I think I'm not old.
So the whole thing, I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's going to be you pretty soon. I'm pointing to a person getting in a van via wheelchair right now.
Are you kidding me? To not have to move? Just
yeah,
that'd
that's
be great.
very nice.
Okay, so here's why Little Mikey sucks as a pitchman. He hates everything.
Yep.
He's got the worst taste in the world. And the one thing he does like is the product he's trying to sell you. So he's like, listen, I don't like candy. I don't like pizza. I hate everything. But this cereal here, even I like it. Oh, so I'm going to stay away from life because it's the shitty cereal that fucking Mikey likes.
Yeah. Well, you don't like pizza. Guess what I like? I like pizza. So we're not on the same level.
No, and you know
not
what's
on the
going to happen?
Same level at all.
You're going to need to clean those plates. You're going to need to clean those dishes after you have some of that Life cereal.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Mr. Clean will do it for you. He's almost as good as those scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah.
Almost as good. They do the work so you don't have to. Mr. Clean helps you do the work.
Yeah.
It's like that scene from the...
Have you used the Magic Eraser?
No.
It's a Mr. Clean product. It's called the Magic Eraser.
No.
Truly is magic.
He's moving on, right? Little Mikey sucks. Fuck you, Little Mikey. All right, here comes two ad mascots you'll never fucking see ever.
Ugh.
We got Joe Camel versus the Marlboro Man. Now, here's something I learned about my youth that I didn't know. I was under the impression that I was around to see cigarette commercials on TV.
Okay, I don't remember. I remember billboards, magazines,
like comic books all over the place.
all over it. Yeah.
I
don't remember.
I honestly remember, and this is one of those Mandela effect things, I think, because they passed the law in 1976 that they couldn't air it on TV
Once
and radio.
again, are you pretending that you were not a child?
I was born in 1983. I'm just saying I've never seen. I think YouTube did this to me.
Okay.
I think I have false memories of seeing things in my childhood because things from other people's childhood I've seen on YouTube.
Okay.
So I've seen cigarette commercials, but I've only seen them.
I think you also might be like integrating the anti-smoking commercials because they would show parts of smoking commercials and talk about like how disingenuous those ads were in the middle of their own ad. So I think that's what I saw growing up because I remember the Marlboro Man commercials a lot, but like only in that aspect where they were part of that campaign.
The anti-smoking and anti-drug commercials, they were the only thing, when I was a kid, they were the only thing that made me want to try cigarettes and drugs. Because honestly, every time I would watch a Disney movie, the bad guy's smoking.
Yeah.
I don't want to smoke. That guy's smoking. He's a bad guy. Every time I'd see drugs, it would be like a very special episode of Full House where that asshole is, right? But then, I don't know, man. I would like to tear the shit out of a kitchen like Rachel Lee Cook did. I want to do that. I get a little angry sometimes. Yeah. Plus, that guy on speed's running he's running like the wind.
I can do a 4-minute mile.
Yeah, it piqued my interest. But
the anti-smoking campaigns were so shitty.
Yeah, and here's why my vote here is for the Marlboro Man. Joe Camel looks like a cock. He looks like a cock with a couple balls there.
All right, here's where I'm disagreeing.
Also, I was a smoker for a long time. Camel cigarettes suck. They smell way worse than any other cigarette. I hate them.
Here's where I disagree with you.
Okay. He's like, because he looks like a cock.
What was Joe Camel's nickname?
Joe Cool!
Because he was so fucking cool. I remember this billboard. It was always like when we go to my grandma's house, we would take this right turn, and there was always a billboard on the left-hand side, and always was Joe Camel sitting in his house, comfy couch, the coolest
with his purple jacket,
leather jacket, the coolest fucking stereo system, and I was like, God damn it, that's cool. I want to smoke. It worked on me. My grandma smoked Marlboro cigarettes. I still have the last pack I ever bought her a couple years ago, still in my room.
Right.
She would get these points.
Oh, yeah.
And collect them all. And I would get free shit. I got a jacket. I got
Camel
all this
Cash?
stuff. We didn't do they didn't smoke Camels.
Okay.
Still, with all that Marlboro crap,
Yeah.
when I turned 18 and was able to buy my own cigarettes,
Right.
I went Camel.
Why?
Because he was so fucking cool. He was such a better... Like, I didn't look at them... Like, yes, we're not going based on product. Which is exactly why Marlboro Man loses. Because, yeah, you say it's a better product, but did you start smoking because of the Marlboro Man? Did you want to be rugged and tough and outdoorsy like him?
I mean, I that's just kind of how I turned out. So
Joe Camel made me want to smoke.
Neither one of those two made me want to smoke.
It worked for me. I looked at Joe Camel and went, God damn it, that's cool.
All right. I can't argue with it. Camel moves on. All right, now we're on to some quick business here. You're keeping track of this shit, right?
Yeah,
I'm not keeping. Okay, what's the next matchup?
All right, round 2.
Fight.
Dun 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 dun. Taco Bell Dog.
Gidget. Put some respect
Taco
on
Bell
her.
Dog.
Gidget.
Versus McDonald's Clown. Ronald McDonald.
The level of disrespect you're treating these people right now, you gotta go Ronald.
I'm going Ronald. Even though, like, Gidget, the literal new dog in the fight, can't take on the veteran clown.
No, you step on that chihuahua, you're done.
Boom.
With his big ass feet.
Big ass feet. He's kicking that dog.
He can step on 6 chihuahuas with the same foot at the same time.
Bam.
Boom.
I'm not saying what happens in that kitchen. Ronald McDonald and Gidget get in a fight in that kitchen. All that comes out is Ronald McDonald on a 10-piece chicken wing. 10-piece chicken nuggets.
Yep. You can stretch that out to like 20
Boom.
pieces. All right, next matchup.
Not a chihuahua. The Noid versus Flo.
No question. It's Flo.
It's Flo. It's got to go Flo.
Flo all the way.
Noid, Noid had an easy round against a rapist.
He got the gimme.
But all of a sudden, he met a pro.
Yeah. Pro rapist?
Like, oh, shit. Flo.
Flo the Pro.
All right. Helping hand job versus the Energizer Bunny.
Well, the hand, if you ask it nicely, will also keep going and going and going. This one's kind of tough.
I'm leaning towards the Energizer Bunny.
Again, the Energizer Bunny, those commercials are kind of annoying. Yeah. But at least the bunny's doing something. Yep. The fucking hand is just there. Yeah. It's just there. The product sells itself.
You need the product. You're not like... It's just trying to distinguish itself from the other products. Because at a certain point, you're like, I need batteries. Yeah. You're never like, you don't look at that and go like, oh shit, I'm going to try batteries out. haven't used those before.
Have you heard of batteries?
Yeah.
All right, so the bunny moves on.
All right, yeah.
All right, next matchup.
EB. All right, so next matchup, Joe Camel versus Mr. Clean.
Tough.
It is tough. And as much as I don't smoke, but as much as I loved Joe Camel and how cool he was and how I wanted to be him, Mr. Clean's going to clean those lungs right up if he could. If he started making a lung cleaning product, I'd smoke the shit out of it.
Does Mr. Clean talk?
Not that I can think of.
And Joe Camel doesn't talk either,
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I don't want Joe Camel in my house. That fucking freak.
Mr. Clean, even with that weird earring.
A little judgy. This seems a little judgy, but okay.
It is a little judgy.
He comes from a different time.
This is true.
He comes from the time of
Wears
Little Mikey.
white after Labor Day.
By the way, who's cleaning their house in a bright white brand new shirt? Come on, you're going to get that thing fucked up.
Well, he changes afterwards, I think.
Oh, then he cleans it. Yeah. Because he's Mr. Fucking Clean. He moves on.
Right.
Next matchup.
All right. Round 3.
Fight.
Boom, 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 boom. McDonald's Clown.
Stop calling him that.
Versus Insurance Lady.
Stop calling him McDonald's Clown, number one.
Ronald McDonald.
And stop calling her Insurance Lady, for God's sake.
First time I did it.
Don't do it again. Okay, so Ronald versus Flo. Yep. This is a tough one for me because we've professed our love for Flo.
Yeah.
We like the commercials.
Uh-huh.
We like the actress.
Uh-huh.
All of it's good.
Yep. But she has a long way to go
But to me,
to hit that epicness.
it's got to be Ronald.
It's got to be.
It's got to be Ronald. He's the face. He used to be the face before all you cunts pretended to be afraid of him. He used to be the face of the fucking franchise. It's Ronald. Next match.
All right. Energizer Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I like to call battery rodent.
They're not rodents.
Versus Mr. Clean. This isn't easy. Guess what's not gonna keep going and going in this tournament?
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean wins.
I'll give it to you.
The bunny went as far as it could.
As a character.
Mr. Clean. I spend the extra money to buy the product that he's on as opposed to like the house brand or whatever the fuck they're.
Mr. Sparkle.
Yeah. Mr. Sparkle.
Okay, fine. So Clean.
What's your argument for the bunny over Clean?
I mean, just as far as character goes, like I used the caveman approach here. Like the cavemen had their own sitcom and it was horrible. But I'm thinking about if you put these characters and give them their own sitcom or even give them a 30-minute commercial, what would I rather watch? And it's like I don't want to sit there and watch Mr. Clean do dishes for a half hour.
Bunny go in circles.
Yeah, you can make him do stuff.
You can make the guy do stuff, Mr. Clean. Here's
here's
another thing. Here's another reason for Mr. Clean.
Uh-huh.
It's not called Energizer Bunny batteries, is it?
No.
Product Mr. Clean sells.
It's called Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
He sells himself.
That's right.
He's a prostitute. He's a common whore.
Good looking one at that.
Bald men are sexy.
Boom.
Put it on the list. He's moving on.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Here is our final.
Uh-oh.
It's a rumble in a 30-second ad between your favorite TV shows.
Right.
Ronald McDonald.
These are not TV shows, but...
Yeah, these are the 30-second ad in between
Oh,
your
I get
favorite
you,
TV shows.
okay.
Ronald McDonald
Uh-huh.
versus Mr. Clean.
Okay.
What's his first name, by the way? Don't know.
Kevin?
Doesn't need one.
Kevin Clean? Okay, here's my argument for Mr. Clean.
All right.
He's been the guy. Mr. Clean sells Mr. Clean, and he's done it forever.
Yep.
Ronald McDonald, he's done it forever, but he's had help. He's had Mac Tonight. Remember him? Mac the Night or whatever
Mac
his name
Tonight,
was?
the half moon,
The
guy,
big ass
quarter
moon guy.
Yep.
He's had Birdie or Birdo or whatever. He's a Grimace. The Fry Guys. Mayor McCheese.
Hamburglar.
The Hamburglar. He's had some help. The Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Nuggets.
Yeah.
By the way, you're hanging out with the fucking food, eating the thing that they are. It's like if I had like a packet of little Jenks, and me and Jenks are just eating little Jenks. That's kind of weird, kind of cannibal. So Clean's done it on his own. He's had no help. There's no like even Flo has had what's his name? The other guy.
Jamie.
Even Flo has a little help, right?
The best always know how to put a good team together.
Again, Ronald
And Mr.
McDonald.
Clean, I don't think would exist if Ronald McDonald didn't exist.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
he's the precursor.
I think Clean came first. I would say
No.
Clean came first. Ronald McDonald started in what?
Maybe that's his problem. He always comes first.
Oh shit. Ronald's been to space, man. I mean,
Into space. I think he's the more iconic of the two.
I think
Mr. Clean had a good run,
in
but
fact,
but he's
I'll say
left
this.
polishing the boots.
That's right. The big shiny red boots of one Ronald J. McDonald.
What's the J for?
I don't know. I just made it up right now. I'll say this. A little spoiler. So when we do round 2 of this, Ronald McDonald, in my eyes, is the second greatest TV mascot.
Who do you think is the greatest?
I'm not going to say it because they will be on the next tournament.
The next tournament.
There's one collection of ad mascots that I do think should have their own television show, or at least like a holiday special or something, because their commercials have been entertaining from start to finish, still are. But we'll find out maybe next time when we do this tournament. Anyway, that's the episode, guys. If you disagreed with us, go fuck yourself.
Or just send us an email explaining constructively why you disagreed with us, and we'll tear it apart.
And then go fuck yourself.
I mean, unless you can get a helping hand.
Panburger partner. Get yourself a partner.
Get yourself a Panburger partner.
Tell them how to email the show.
You can email us at ntrpodcast@yahoo.com.
Okay, what just happened was an extreme high followed by an extreme low. I'm doing the thing. No, you got the email right.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing the thing where like I'm about to go into the ending part, right? And fucking like we are of one mind. You throw the email shit out there and you're doing it. I'm like, oh, look at this, 2 pros, and then you don't give the email out. I'm very upset.
Give the email out.
No, but after I told you to, you already blended in seamlessly, Jenks. You blended in seamlessly into the email part, but you just told them the email. You didn't give the email, Jenks. You let me down. You lifted me up.
I don't know where I fucked up.
I need to, come back. Just be a glove.
Just be a glove.
I just need a glove around here.
Just need the helping hand.
He's right. Email that. Anything else to add, Jenks?
No.
Are you jealous that I met Gidget?
Not even a little bit.
She died not long after.
I would have been jealous if you met Wendy.
She seems like a nice lady.
Yeah,
she
I would
really
be like, because that would have seemed like a funner trip.
Also because, I mean, it's a dog, right?
Yeah, it's a dog, and like I don't like people. Like I like playing. Like if somebody had a dog, hang out with that dog. I pet that
She
dog.
was on
no
a
problem.
pillow.
I would
by
not.
the way.
I would not wait in line to have my hand touched by a dog.
The entire time, she's on a pillow.
Like good for her.
Yeah, she's earned it.
It's good for her.
All right, at the sound of that buzzing from your phone, that means there's another episode in the books.
Boom.
Bye.
Laters, guys.